This is the economic upset nobody saw coming. Meet the real force behind India's rise.
They used to say India was always playing catch-up. But what if that idea is outdated? What if India is not lagging behind, but actually overtaking? In this video, we're breaking down the numbers, the scale, and the strategy that just made India the fourth largest economy in the world. And no, this isn't just about GDP, it's about a global power shift that's already underway. Let's start with the facts. According to the latest World Economic Outlook from the IMF, India's GDP just hit $4.18 trillion, pushing past Japan for the first time in history. Now, only the United States, China, and Germany remain ahead. But every time this milestone is mentioned, a familiar criticism pops up. India's per capita income is still low. How can it be a true economic powerhouse? Well, here's the thing. That argument misunderstands the very nature of India's transformation. Because when you're talking about a country with 1.4 billion people, per capita numbers only tell part of the story. The real insight comes from momentum, scale, and direction. India is not a boutique economy, it's a continental-sized force. In fact, it has a population larger than all of Europe combined, yet it operates under a single constitution, one currency, and one unified market. That alone changes the equation. Consider this. While the European Union's population is around 450 million, India's is more than 3 times that, yet the country is integrated more tightly than the EU. And unlike many Western economies, India's GDP per capita is actually rising fast. In 2023 alone, it grew by 9.2%, surpassing growth rates in most developed nations. That's not stagnation, that's acceleration. But scale alone isn't enough. What truly drives India's momentum is policy. Smart, forward-looking policy. Take the Production-Linked Incentive Scheme, or PLI. This one initiative is expected to add over $500 billion in manufacturing output by 2028. In electronics, semiconductors, pharmaceuticals, and mobile phones, India isn't just assembling parts, it's building entire ecosystems. Then, there's India's digital infrastructure, among the most ambitious and inclusive in the world. Platforms like Aadhaar, UPI, and DigiLocker are reshaping access, identity, and payments at a scale no other country has achieved. The World Bank even called India's digital stack a model for the world. And this isn't just happening in big cities. In Rajasthan, a small-scale farmer now sells his produce directly to a startup in Bangalore using UPI. No middlemen, no delays. With just a smartphone and digital ID, he's part of a national supply chain. That's not future tech, that's today's India. Add to that reforms like GST, which created a seamless national market, and the Gati Shakti platform, which integrates infrastructure development across states. India Stack is enabling financial inclusion not in theory, but in practice, for hundreds of millions. Now let's address the skepticism. Yes, India still faces real challenges: inequality, regional disparity, infrastructure gaps. But the idea that these issues negate progress is simplistic, because unlike many countries, India is actively addressing these problems through digital inclusion, social welfare targeting, and policy reforms aimed at long-term resilience. And here's what makes this even more important. India's rise is happening at a time when others are slowing down. Take Japan. In 2010, its economy was nearly $6 trillion. Today, it's around $4.18 trillion. Years of deflation, an aging population, and low productivity have taken their toll. Meanwhile, India is doubling its GDP roughly every decade. Its median age is just 28. Its workforce is young, mobile, and tech-savvy. Projections show that by 2028, India will reach a GDP of $5.6 trillion, surpassing Germany to become the third largest economy in the world. This isn't just catching up, this is leapfrogging. And there's a larger shift underway. India is emerging as a central player in the global south. It's influencing trade policy, climate negotiations, and technology governance. As the world looks to de-risk from China, India is becoming the next big strategic bet. Apple is already assembling iPhones in India, Tesla is negotiating entry, Tsmc is exploring partnerships. This isn't just a market, it's a movement, a rebalancing of global power. So the next time someone says, India's per capita GDP is low, remember, India isn't trying to be Monaco, it's 1.4 billion people moving with speed, scale, and strategic intent. This is not a slow rise, this is acceleration, this is overtaking, and it's just getting started. If this perspective opened your eyes, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because the narrative is shifting, and India is leading the way.